Hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Friday. It's Hitman 23 and just wanted to come on and do a video about I think was it Don? I think it was Don. Don from Don's Field of Dreams did a video a couple weeks ago about one franchise lineup, and I watched a couple of them, and then I think this morning I watched Jim 5714 Collector do his, and I was like, you know what, I want to do that. I haven't done one of those type of videos in a long time, so I said, I'm gonna do it when I get home today. And mine's a little tweaked. I kind of set some parameters, so I'll go into that in a second. But before I started, I wanted to say, it's really sad about what happened with Steve, Reverend Steve, this week. We lost another great YouTuber. Since I've been, doing this 10 years, we've lost some YouTubers over the years, and it just really sucks. And one of our compadres leaves us. And I didn't have a lot of interaction with Steve a few times. Here and there, not a lot of interaction, so I can't say, I was close with him or anything like that. But again, when one of us, when something happens to one of us in the community, I really feel that, it happens to, it affects everybody. And I do want to let John from Nerding Out with Cards and Jeff from A Fine Card Collector, that they did amazing jobs with their videos and their tributes to Steve. Just amazing, really heartfelt, and very grounded and down to earth, and that was very appreciated. So rest in peace, Steve. You will be missed. And I'm going to say it now. I think Steve should automatically be voted into the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame next year. I've been a big proponent of that for a long time. There's some other channels that I think should be in there just because of that. And again, this is not that video, but just wanted to get that off my chest and do something, show some cards, because I think, Steve would like that. He would like us to show our cards. So Steve, rest in peace, sir. You will certainly be missed. And blessings to you, to your family. All right, guys. So I'm going to show you my lineup. And mine's a little different. I kind of tweaked it a little bit. I'm doing one team. And my parameters were that I need to find as many playing day cards of the players as possible. There's some that I don't have, but I did my best to find that. And I'm doing my New York Yankees. Kind of an easy, easy pickings for a franchise, because they've had a lot of, players play for them for their entire career. So remember, a lot of the players, as many as I could, I did that players that I've seen play in my lifetime. So there might be some head scratchers out there, but it's my lineup. It's my whatchamacallit, my presentation. So take it as it is, and we're gonna get started. I'm just gonna go position by position, and we'll see how it goes, right? So first and foremost, I'm going to start with first base. And you guys already know who my first baseman is. I don't even have to show you. I don't have to tell you. You know who it is. All right. Of course, it's my all-time favorite Mount Rushmore player, Don Mattingly, of course, right? You probably were like, I wonder who he's going to pick for his first baseman from the Yankees. I didn't pick Lou Gehrig for my first base because I never saw Lou Gehrig play. But just hold that thought. Just hold that thought. So my first player playing first base for the all-time Yankee lineup is this beautiful 1995 Pinnacle White Hot Don Mattingly. I wanted, again, this is his last year in the game. I always like this card. This is a kind of a tough variation. There's two variations. There was the red hot and the white hot. The white hot's, a tougher card to get. It's not impossible, but it's tougher than the red one. There's not as many of the white hots as there is the red hot. So that is a very cool card. Of course, it's got the Dufex effect on there. Great technology in the mid-90s. Great looking card. Here's the back. So Don Mattingly is my first baseman. Now, my second baseman, I did not see this player play. In fact, I think he was retired before I was born. I was born in 1969. But I did not see this player play, and the parameter is they've had to play for that franchise their entire career. So my second baseman is Bobby Richardson. And I didn't have a playing days card of Bobby Richardson, so I had to pick this beautiful 2003 Topps Pristine. These are great. I got this at the 2024 National in Cleveland. The GOAT National. It was toward the end of the day, and I don't remember if it was Friday or Saturday. But it was toward the end of the day, and Big Scott 35 came to our group, and he's like, guys, you got to go check this table out. They got really cool autos and just like a lot of these cool refractors. And man, we all went to town on that table. They had a bunch of these Topps Pristine, like a lot. And I was able to pick a lot of Yankees and a lot of A's for my PC. And found this one, and just the beautiful refractor there. These are numbered if you care about those things. This is a card. These are numbered out of 549, and just a really cool looking card. So Bobby Richardson, of course, is my second baseman. Saved the 1962 World Series for the Yankees when he caught that line drive, that screamer by Willie McCovey. And that ended the World Series, and that was the last Yankee championship for many years until 1977. So there we go, right there. Third baseman, one in the entire history of the New York Yankees, played his entire career for the Yankees. And that is none other than New Hampshire native Red Rolfe. Robert Red Rolfe. I love this Diamond Stars of his. He's only got a couple of cards. He's got this one and a 34 Gaudy. It's over there. I think it's a 34 Gaudy, maybe a 35 Gaudy, but that's really it as playing days. He does have a wide pen, a Gaudy wide pen, but not a lot of his playing days cards. I think he has a 52 Topps card as the manager of the Tigers, but his playing day career, he was a Yankee the whole time, and the only third baseman to do that for the franchise. So that's a beautiful card, the great Art Deco style. And there's the back. Of course, you guys have seen these. Cool stuff there. So that's my third baseman. And of course, you know who my shortstop's going to be. And I love this card. This is out of, is it Fleer Focus? And it's the Focus Pocus insert, really shiny and beautiful. I was gonna show his rookie card, his 93 SP, but you know what? Technically, it's not a playing days card. It's a pre playing days card, because he didn't really come up until 95. So this fit more into my parameter than his rookie card would have. So, and I think this is actually, in my opinion, a better looking card. He gets so awesome. So I don't have to say much about Derek Jeter, the captain. So far we have, out of the 4 cards I showed, 2 captains, because Don Mattingly was a captain. Derek Jeter was a captain. And look at that. I just want to show you that one more time. That beautiful shine. Look at that shine. Woo! Fire. Shiny. All right, next, catcher. The catcher. This one's not an easy card to find. I found this at last year's National in Chicago, and I got a great deal on this one. This is the 1970 postcard Thurman Munson rookie. So wanted to show as much diversity as I could in this too. I could have showed the 71 Topps, which is one of my all-time faves. Of course, everybody loves that card. But I was like, you know what? We've seen that so many times. I wanted to show something, again, from the playing days, but maybe something a little more, scarce that you don't see as much. But this is a cool, cool piece. I was very lucky to find last year at the National. And then, of course, the back has got some information. And look at that neck hair, man, poking out. What a manly man. Thurman Munson. I got to see him play the last half of the 70s. I probably started watching baseball in 1976, 77. So there we go. Now, here comes the outfield. All right. Again, they had to have played their entire career at the Yankees. And they had to have been, my parameters, I had to see them play. For my left fielder, I'm going with Brett Gardner. I know, I could have picked a lot of other players. But Brett Gardner is my guy for left field. And that's a great looking card of him diving in the home. He played his entire career for the Yankees. And he was the last active Yankee to play on the 2009 World Championship team. And that's a great... I really like the 2018 Topps. I like the design on that. And I call it the water slide design. But very cool. Love that. Brett Gardner, number 11. He was a feisty player. My center fielder is my boy. He is definitely in my top 5 all-time Yankees. And it is my boy, Bernie Williams, in the beautiful 2006 Topps refractor. I really like the 2006 Topps design. It just really cool design, in my opinion. Very colorful, very vibrant. Pretty easy on the eyes in terms of reading it. In the back, of course. So Bernie Williams is my center fielder. I know. But don't fret. The next guy, my right fielder, I had to put him in right, but that's who I'm putting in. And again, didn't see him play, but I had to put Mickey in there. Mickey, and this is one of the very few playing days cards I have of Mickey. I found this one at the flea market here in Fort Myers a few years ago, and it is the Dormond postcards. But I believe these are from like 52 to 54. Again, not one you see a ton of. But again, I wanted to try to show some different stuff. And like I said, it's one of the very few Mickeys I have from his playing day careers. In fact, I think the only other Mickey I might have, I know I have it, is the 63 Bombers Best with him and Tom Tresh and Bobby Richardson. I don't think I have any other playing day Mickeys that I can think of. But there we go. And again, the back of that, just a plain old postcard, but that's a cool one. And I'm really pleased to have that one in the collection. And there's that. And then my DH. All right, my DH, I'm going with another Inner Circle Hall of Famer. No, I didn't see him play. But for my DH, I'm going with Lou Gehrig. And that's a beautifully, as you can see, a nice chrome. That's a refractor, right? Is that a refractor? I don't know. It doesn't say refractor on the back, but it looks like it has refractor technology. This is out of, I'll tell you right now. Got to get out the old monocle. This is 2022 Topps. And, yeah. Really cool looking card. Pulled that right out of the binder. And you can kind of see that kind of a refractor-ish feel to it. Again, doesn't say it on the back, but there's it. So Lou Gehrig is my DH. Now my 4 starting pitchers, okay? Saw 2 of them play. 2 of them I didn't see play. of those two I didn't see play. One was still active during my lifetime, but I wasn't watching baseball at the time he was active. But the first one, my first one, is we got Louisiana Lightning, the Gator Ron Guidry in his 1978 Topps. The year he went 25-3. I mean, what a season he had that year. He struck out 19 Angels in a game that year. Won the World Series that year. Love me some Ron Guidry. The beautiful 1978 Topps Ron Guidry. It's a great looking shot of him in his, in his stretch there, motion. And of course, we know what the backs look like on these, the orange and the little game. So, can't believe this is only his third year card because his rookie was in 76. So, seems like at this time he was around for a long time, but great pitcher. Love Ron Guidry. Next one is the 1970 Topps Mel Stottlemyre. Okay, now, I wasn't watching baseball in 1970. I was a year old. So, but there he is in old Yankee Stadium before they remodeled it. And he played his entire career for the Yankees. So it's a nice, just a nice looking posed card. 1970 Topps to me is kind of an underrated set. Not a lot of love as far as I know in terms of design, but I kind of dig it. I really like the backs. Are easy to read. And you got some Stottlemyre action right there. Next, now this one might be a little bit of a stretch, but it falls into I've seen him pitch for the Yankees, and he pitched within the last 10 years for the Yankees. And he only had a short Yankee career, Japanese, but none other than Masahiro Tanaka. He was a really solid pitcher for the Yankees. He played 7 years for the Yankees, and he was solid, man. This guy was solid. I wish he could have stuck around a little longer. But there we go, the horrible 2021 Topps. I don't know why I picked this one. I honestly, I don't know why I picked this one. This is probably the worst, for me, the worst Topps set ever made in terms of design. I just do not like it. But I picked that one. I do not know why. But that's my my starter. I have one more starter. And of course, you guys got to know who my last starter is. Again, didn't see him play, but again, we got the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford, on his beautiful 1957 Topps. And what can I say about that? That we already don't know about Whitey, Hall of Famer, of course. Great pitcher in the 50s and 60s for the Yankees. Next, again, relief pitcher. Do you have to even, who it is already. And what's cool about this one is it's a beautiful card. And it's a refractor, and it was gifted to me by Mr. Eddie's Cardboard Chaos. So that's a lot of little stories behind that. Look at the beautiful refractorage on that bad boy. All right. That is just a gorgeous card. And, of course, we got the GOAT of relievers. And got the Panamanian flag and the beautiful, that eye-catching. So there's that in the back. Got the different flags on there. And then my bench. We're going to go to the bench. I'm doing a bench. For my, this is some utility players, backup catchers. I'm carrying 3 catchers in my roster here. One can also DH. Actually, both my catchers could DH if I need to, okay? I've got this really nice Fleer Maximum. Jorge Posada. Hip, hip, hooray! Jorge! Right? Jorge played his entire career with the Yankees in a long, lineage of catchers. We got, Bill Dickey, Yogi Berra. Then we go to Elston Howard, Thurman Munson, Jorge Posada. And just a great player. 4 championships, of course. So Jorge will be my backup catcher and my, DH. If we need to have a right-handed DH because he was a switch hitter, so we'll see. A utility infielder, we have Gil McDougall in 58 tops. He'll be one of my utility infielders. Again, didn't see him play, but again, I was a little limited to what I could pick. All right. And then our fourth outfielder, again, was young when this guy played. Do remember him playing. I remember him very vividly from the 1977 and 78 World Series. And I believe he may have just passed away. He played left field. He did some DHing. Toward the end of his career, he did a lot of defensive, replacement at the end of games. But Roy White, switch hitter, great Yankee. Look at that in the cage too. You got the Roy White 1975 tops. And then another utility player and Yankee legend. Honestly, I'll be honest with this one. I honestly don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame. He is in the Hall of Fame. He was a very good player, won championships, but I honestly don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame. It's Phil Rizzuto. Now, should he be in the Hall of Fame as an announcer? Yes, he was. Dude, Phil Rizzuto, as a kid, I hear his voice. It was the best thing for me, hearing Phil Rizzuto and Bill White and Frank Messer and, Bobby Mercer do the games back in the day. I loved it. Who else was in there? Tony Kubek, I believe. That's what I remember as a kid, listening and watching Yankee games, was Phil Rizzuto and Bill White in the booth. Phil was amazing, and I loved listening to him. And I think he retired. He went right into the booth. So he was affiliated with the Yankees for a very long time. But I had to pick him as one of my utility infielders. He could bunt. He played great defense. But I do not feel that he is, a Hall of Famer. I don't know. He's in there. All right. He's a Hall of Famer, but an interesting pick nonetheless. This is not what we're talking about here. Last but certainly not least, my third catcher, I had to go with the Bill Dickey on the exhibit card. The Bill Dickey, of course. He was instrumental in coaching Yogi and Elston Howard. He is one of two number 8s retired by the Yankees, because him and Yogi both wore number 8. So there are two number 8s on the retired wall at Yankee Stadium. What can you say about Bill Dickey? All Hall of Famer, great player. And again, this is a blank back except for the little scribble-scrabble that somebody wrote New York Yankees on the back in pencil, which is so cool. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I try to be very diverse with my choices, try to get as many players that I saw play onto my roster. And that's it, guys. That was cool. That was fun. I feel like I could do this. I got my binders over there that I'm doing my, all-time one franchise project, where I actually have individual binders of teams where I put in guys who only play for that team. Maybe one of these days I'll bust one of them out and go through them random one for you. It's a fun project. I really enjoy that one. But this is great, Don. Really cool little theme, and it was fun doing. Now I got to pull all the stuff back, which is going to be fun. No, not so much. Going through stuff, and I'm like, where is that card? I knew it was over here, but I can't. Oh, wait, was it in this drawer? Oh, my God. Yeah, so that's it. That's it, guys. That's what I have for you. As I always say, may the cardboard gods shine down upon each and every one of you. I will catch you on the next video, and keep having fun with those collections, boys and girls. It's the last one I showed, so let's go out with a little exhibit action. And peace out, everybody. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.